Oh my God,
what's that?
Amazon, they do the ayahuasca things
Oh,
there.
I did that last year in the
You
Brazilian
did?
Amazon.
Wow, how was it?
I nearly died.
Oh, wow.
like really, like real life.
Like, yeah, but there's like good, I almost died, and then there's bad, I almost died. Which one was it?
Everything was intense. So I felt everything, every cell in my body, beyond my fingers, out of my mind. A white light, when I closed my eyes, shot up into the sky. And then I was so scared of the brightness that I opened my eyes. And then I was scared to hallucinate. I was thinking, oh crap, I don't want to see anything. I'm just going to keep my eyes open. And I asked him, I said, how long is this going to last? He said, 6 hours.
Like, wow. I better get comfortable then.
So I started puking because it's supposed to cleanse everything.
Wow.
And it's supposed to be a very strong form of detox.
Okay.
But I was puking a lot more than the average person. So he got scared. He gave me a bucket to puke in. And he just, at one point, I was puking so much and I was freaking out. He left me there for 10 minutes. And he thought that I was going to drop dead.
So he left you there. Yeah.
He left me
Wow.
there for 10 minutes
sounds like the
expecting me
thing
to
to do,
drop
huh?
dead.
Wow.
So I thought, oh God, I can't die. I can't die right now. And it's not my time. We've got so much to do. I didn't plan this. And I just...
It's not on my schedule.
It's not on my schedule to die right now.
Wow.
So I went into survival mode and I had to rely on my mind. Now, what happened to me before I went into survival mode was I went into another universe. So I blacked out and I woke up into this other universe where everything was, it was different. I was seeing shapes and colors and people and beings that I'd never seen before, never imagined was possible. And some characters looked like something out of that movie, The Fifth Element. You know, I just can't describe it. I don't have the exact words to describe it.
Like, was it a good feeling or a...
It was, no, I didn't like it.
You didn't enjoy it?
Because I was hoping for something spiritual.
Right.
I was hoping for answers. I had some questions about my life that I wanted answers to. And it just completely was not what I was expecting to see or experience. And I was scared. It was very dark. Like in one scene, I walked into a room and they were dressed in goth attire and, you know, taking drugs and they were teenagers and I didn't like it. I just wanted to be out of it. And then I was walking on a road by myself in the dark and everything was foreign to me and I was the alien on this other planet.
So did it feel longer? As in, like, did it feel longer than 6 hours?
Yeah, it eventually lasted 18 hours. What should have lasted 3 to 6 hours because of the intake of
your dosage. Your dosage was too high.
I mean, like, I grabbed my phone because I didn't want any interference from the outside world or any communication to disrupt my experience. And then the person that I went with, who was my then boyfriend, was in Portugal at the time. So I grabbed my phone, I contacted him to get the guy who I was staying with in Brazil, a friend, to come and find me. So, it was hard because I was trying to manage this whilst coexisting in two different universes, like mentally and what I felt was physically as well. Wow. So I would black out of this world and wake up in the other world, and then I'd leave the other world, wake up in this world, and be, you know, grabbing my phone, trying to push the map location on WhatsApp so he would find me because I was in an undisclosed location.
So you wouldn't recommend it to anyone else?
So when are you going back to do it again?
I would never want to do it again.
Really?
But the friend found me and he was trying to give me peace of mind. He also was scared because he looked at me and he said, "You took too much." And he literally he revived me, he brought me back to life. But in my brain, in my mind, I could see news headlines: girl goes to the Amazon, drinks ayahuasca and dies. I could see a body bag or a coffin, you know.
Your
my
inner
name tag
journalist
on it.
coming out. Your inner journalist coming out.
I was freaking, yeah. I was just like,
You're
I'm
writing
not
your
ready
own
for this.
headlines.
I was writing my death headlines. I was just like, no, I don't want to see this. So I was like, the mind is powerful. The mind can control the body. The mind can save you. So I activated my brain and was like, right, use the brain. And then I planned my rescue, got my that person to organize my rescue, and got my friend to come and pick me up, and he revived me, put me in the shower, cold shower, gave me some orange healing tea, and he was going to visit his wife and then coming to visit me to check up on me if I was like in the space of a couple of hours throughout the entire night. Funny thing is, the next morning I had to go to the airport to catch my flight back to London. I was thinking, how am I going to make this?
In parallel, different realities while you're in there.
Eventually, I was scared to sleep. I was scared to close my eyes in case I died. Like, it was really intense.
Do you know what's really interesting? I was just looking over at Josh just before, and he's smirking there. I think I know what you're smirking at, if that's the thing. Because the interesting thing is everything that you're describing, is kind of what we not to freak anybody out. It's kind of something that is. How can I say this without freaking anybody out?
Just say it. I'm used to everything.
No, I'm not scared of freaking you out. I'm scared of freaking I'm the people at home. I'm scared of the people at home, you know? So
you're crazy.
Actually, a lot of when we explain about deep meditation, and it's interesting how, because this is good, because obviously you've experienced a lot in life. You've been to a lot of different places. And the words that just came out was, I was expecting a spiritual journey, then all this actually happened. But actually,
this is my spiritual journey.
Yeah, but actually, when we're doing all this meditation thing, everything that you're seeing in different dimensions, how time is, with the weird faces, aliens, or things that look like movies, actually, the conscious people can actually undergo that type of meditation to actually access those different dimensions. And that's why actually it's the same thing. There's so many people when they explain ayahuasca, the way about every cells and understanding, and the parallel of that. And if you were to speak to any awakened soul, awakened spirit, when they just practice meditation, actually it's the same journey. It's very the same journey. You become everything, you know. You can go anywhere, you can travel anywhere, you see all faces, you have all conversations, you see non-faces, you know, everything happens.
Someone dealing with everything.
Would you? It's not required.
It's not required.
Yeah, I think. Well, how do I put it this way? It's very. Yeah, I'm not here to spoil your party.
Master is already accessing those states because every single day.
Because actually, no. If you speak to people who know the awakened ones, then they will all of course say it's not required. But I understand why the average human being needs to, because they don't have that access. So what else can they do?
Yeah.
Whether we call it a plant medicine or whether we call it a plant medicine is a nice way of calling a drug, right?
Yeah.
So basically, it's taking you on that trip. It pushes you there. So actually, when I was up in the mountains and going through the whole journey of awakening, connecting, actually that question was there in asking about that, things like plant medicine, because I have some friends of mine who actually lead ceremonies too. And then I could see all the answers. Yeah. But the biggest difference is, and this is what our masters share as well, is that it will take some time, but if you take time to understand where the doors are and where the keys are to get that access point, you're in a lot more control. Because actually what's happening, if you stimulate that with something, what's happening is opening all of the doors at one time. And then that's why sometimes it can be scary. Sometimes it can be exciting, but all of these things all come at once. And then it becomes one, still, there's a bit of confusion there. And how many times can you do that? I mean, you can say, okay, well, every day I want clarity, I'm going to take it again. But actually, it's not even like that. Because sometimes when you can say, you ask a question, you get the answer. But sometimes it will take you places also.